Hello everybody, welcome to a new Mengu video, or Mengu stream. I am playing today Living End, a kind of an old modern deck. It's been around forever and it's now got way more powerful thanks to Shardless Agent adding another blue Cascaders, as well as of course the cheaper interaction that came up lately with Grief, Force of Negation, and the new powerful cyclers in the form of Striped Riverwinder, Waker of Waves, and the new card here, Colossal Skyturtle. This is a card from Kamigawa. It's a split card basically. For channel 3 green, you can go a regrow, so you can return any of your Cascaders. For channel 2, you can discard it and bounce a creature from your opponent's side. Note is creature and not artifact or enchantment or planeswalker like Teferi or Chalice of the Void. That really annoys this deck. And then you have Otawara, so if you really need to bounce that Teferi or Chalice of the Void, you now get access to do so thanks to a land in Otawara. So those are the new addition of the deck. Again, nothing amazingly new here, just a few cards that are probably improving the deck. Sideboard is your classic pitch cards in Endurance, Subtlety, and Force of Vigor, as well as Leyline against the Grixis Shadow matchup, and some more anti-artifact in Foundation Breaker. Let's get to the match. I start the match with a loss against Mill. I started the league with a loss against Mill, and now we're gonna finish the league here. Doesn't have to be opponent's creature. The Skyturtle can bounce your own creature as well. Okay, so there's a world in which you just have a tiny little Shardless Agent Living End, and then you bounce back the Shardless Agent to Living End again. Alright, I guess it can happen. Titanoth Rex is another card that you don't often see. It's a really large one. 11/11 trample. You can also bounce Subtlety in response to Evoke. So you go Evoke Subtlety, or Endurance, comes into play, you have the triggered ability, and then you Colossal Skyturtle back to your hand. Alright, those are things to note. Marginal plays that maybe matter. Okay, let's go. No lands. Only 19 lands in this deck, but a lot of cyclers. Flood is definitely more deadly than Screw with this deck, since you really do not want to draw more than 3 lands. I put a mulligan to 5 and starts with the Temple of Epiphany. That's weird. I don't have a black card, so I don't need to cycle in my turn to grief them here. Mishra's Factory. Okay. Cycle. Now that I have a grief, I might want to do this. But I'm actually passing the turn. I just want to do this next turn, so that with Waker of Waves, ideally I get a black card. And then in my turn, I go grief, pitching the black card, Shardless Agent. So I don't want to give my opponent another, like a turn to draw a counter spell. So I want to grief the turn I'm going off. I don't want to grief the turn before I'm going off. It's Calibrated Blast. Ooh, it's Calibrated Blast. That's true. It's Sunscorched Desert. Okay. So I'm playing against that weird combo deck that shoots you of 15 damage. Instant speed, too. Okay, I'm gonna get the River Striped Winder here so that I have a blue card for my Force of Negation. Black card would be nice. Are they Calibrating Blast in my upkeep? It doesn't look like that. I do have Force of Negation, so I think I want to stay with mana up until I draw a black card for grief here. Because in my turn, I can't cast Force of Negation. Plus, it's a really tiny Living End. It's just 2 creatures. Alright, they're cycling. Okay. End of turn, I'm going to cycle probably. I'm gonna go island and double cycle. Because I'm looking for a black card. Okay, that's a black card. Cool. I know my Living End is also very large. Alright, let's go. Let's go Grief. And now we can see what we are up against. Four lands. Okay. And then I'm gonna go Shardless Agent here. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now I get to grief them again. Alright, I conceded. They mulligan 2/5. That's how to keep a hand with lands. I don't know. Don't judge. So I'm gonna have Leyline. I'm sure that Calibrated blast the targets. That's probably about it. And if you don't know what my opponent deck is doing, it's no problem. I don't think you're encountering that deck very often. As you saw, it doesn't do that much. I'm probably just taking out some green cards. Yeah. The black is needed, I think. Alright, we got Leyline. So that basically means that my opponent deck doesn't work anymore. But maybe it does, and I don't know how. Alright, let's cycle. If I see a black card. Alright. Draw. I'll do this in case I find a black card and no land. I think I'd rather draw land than a black card, I think. Oh, I could play Boseiju. That's true. I could play Boseiju to deal with my Leyline. That's true. Alright, I can now grief. Blinkmoth Infusion. And Calibrated Blast. Then in draw step, I'm going to Violent Outburst to discard the card I have drawn. Alright. Good game. Good game. Yeah, there is a black 8 drop. I think it's the famous Death Corona. But costs 3 to cycle, that's too much. I already think that maybe this Titanoth Rex is too much. But I don't know. It's just one of. Alright, second round. Blinkmoth Infusion, that's just only there to deal 14 damage. Mirror Shell Crab, I don't know what that card is. Okay, that's a keep. My opponent doesn't reveal Lurus. I think I'm gonna grief immediately since they might play Amulet. Yeah, but I also want to cycle, so because I could draw like a Living End, and then I want to cycle that. I want to pitch that to the grave. Alright. So let's see what's their hand about. Okay. Alright, cool. I'm gonna take the Springleaf Drum here. You go. Mirror Shell Crab. Again, 3 mana is a lot. You're in Modern, on turn 3, you should have already tried to win the game. Okay, let's start with Saga. Interesting. I'm going to cycle this and play a land. And next turn I can already go for Outburst. Bring it back this 2 X-proof thing so they can't bounce it, and the grief that Totsis them. Alright. It's very important that they do that before the Saga becomes a... Before the Saga becomes a... Soulgate Lantern or Radical Progenitus. So... Upkeep, draw, and then I go Outburst to get my Living End out and these 3 creatures out. So I'm gonna get Grief. Point is, marvel enough, they didn't cast their 0 drops. I take... Wow, they drew 2 lands in a Citadel. That's very unlucky. I take that, and you go. Now the Saga will become something. If I was on the draw, maybe I would have lost this game just to Saga. Maybe. Maybe not, but maybe. Okay. Yeah, they had that relic. Memnite Thopter. Because the thing is that you can't even Force of Will the relic because it comes off of Saga, and you can't Force of Negation Saga. So it's really just untargetable Graveyard 8 Saga, but it only comes down after 2 turns, which was too many turns. Alright, and now I just simply attack with all my creatures every turn. And should be over at some point. They might bounce my Grief if they want. They can't bounce those because they have X-proof. What's the best Cascades deck at the moment? I think they're all viable. I really like Glimpse of Tomorrow. The Rhino is the most consistent one. This is the most explosive one, I think. Because it... usually whenever you can do the Cascade card, you win. Whereas Rhinos... Of course, that's not true. With the Rhino decks. Okay, they have 1 card in it, and it's a basic island. Do Arca Sphinx? Yeah. Curator of Mysteries coming down here. And then they should probably die now. Okay. Alright, sideboard. Against Affinity, I have 3 Force of Vigor, 2 Foundation Breaker. It's a lot. I take out Grief. Do I also want Endurance? It's not a green card for Force of Vigor. Yeah, I think I will. What about Force of Negation? I can take out one. I don't think I like Subtlety. Hello, Connorman. Any new cards from you and Dynasty for Crack the Earth? I have tried Synthetizer, but I didn't like it. So, no new cards in that deck. Okay. Keep. I have a Foundation Breaker that can kill Urza Saga, which is very well timed, because they go Saga on turn 1 if they want to get the thing out early. I can consider... We'll see. The mulligan to 6. Yeah. Let's see if they have a Springlet Drum or not. I kind of want to just decide, if I found a Force of Negation, I want to force that. It's not good. Drawing Living End when you took out Grief is really bad. So now they can both make tokens and, I guess, one token. Okay, on turn 1, I'll just cycle this Riverwinder. I need to get green here, since I'm gonna Foundation Breaker the Saga on turn 2. Alright, I'll go to 15 here. I would actually want to get Forest. Maybe that's better. Yeah, I'm gonna get Forest. The damage can definitely matter in this matchup. No, what am I talking about? I have to get Radiant Pool. Sorry. I have to cycle the Striped Riverwinder. Maybe I was supposed to go Steam Vents then. Yeah. Wow, another Living End. Ooh, we're getting close here. Only one left. Only one left. Let's cast this thing. Kill the Saga. Obviously, this is a deck that can't lose if you draw all 3 Living End, but it is what it is. Wow, you got Dispute. Okay, then. Opponent will be able to cast to put into play a Relic of Progenitus here, which is not good. I do have a Otawara, but I also can't use a Living End as a bait, because sometimes if you have like multiple Cascade cards and of course Living End in your deck, you can use one so that they crack their Relic, and then you rebuild your graveyard. But if I drew all the Living Ends already, I don't have any Living End left. So I can't do the bait thing. I only have one Living End in my deck, and that's going to be the one that's winning me the game. So I have to draw a removal spell for this. And Colossal Skyturtle doesn't do it, because it only bounces a creature. Otawara does it, but I don't have mana right now. I think I'm going to do this, because I might find a Force of Vigor, and then I need to pitch the Titanoth Rex. Okay. I have to play Force of Vigor in their turn. I can't play it in my turn. They have 5 artifacts, so they can, in theory, cast a... They pass. Do I want to go Force of Vigor? Probably not. Their clock is so slow that they don't bother about Force of Vigor at the moment. Plus, they might be greedy and tap out to cast like... Nah, it's impossible to tap out to cast the thing. For 1. Okay. So this means that they need both of their creature. To do... Wow, they pass. Okay. I think I want to go Otawara on Relic of Progenitus. It's bad if they have like Metallic Rebuke. Yeah. I think my plan is to go Otawara on this. I guess if they have Metallic Rebuke, they can tap Island, Relic, and Thopter and still have 1 mana up to crack the Relic. If I go Force of Vigor. So basically I have to make them crack the Relic. I'm going Otawara here. If I go Otawara, yeah, I think I have to go Otawara. I basically have to go Otawara and hope that they crack this Relic. If they don't, it's bad. But I need them to crack this Relic so I can start refueling my graveyard. I don't want to cast Force of Vigor. It's pretty clear that they have Metallic Rebuke to me. So I just hope they crack this, leaving up Metallic Rebuke. Because you can't counter this. Okay, the exile, perfect. Alright, and now I take a turn and start refueling my graveyard with Titanoth Rex. And pass. I don't want to cast this. Actually, they couldn't have played a... They couldn't have played a Metallic Rebuke there. Because they tapped in a wrong way, I think. I guess they couldn't have done anything. Yeah, I should have just cast Shardless Agent in the Insight now. Yeah, that was a mistake. Alright, let's move on then. My opponent hasn't been drawing very well, so it's fine. We have time. I can in theory go Force of Vigor killing, but it's so bad to Force of Vigor this. There's like nothing. No, I don't want to. I'd rather just untap. Okay, Colossal Skyturtle. Sure. Okay, I can now cast Force of Vigor, just hard cast Force of Vigor. So that they have to play Metallic Rebuke here. It's their upkeep here. They might have what? Spell Pierce? Dispute doesn't do anything against Living End. Yeah, now I'm gonna go Shardless Agent. I don't know if I want to play or do something with the Skyturtle. I think 1 Titanoth Rex might be enough. One Titanoth Rex might be enough here. And this way I play around Spell Pierce. Okay. Second island, then they pass. Alright, they concede. Alright. They didn't do very much in this game. This match, I should say. Okay. Alright, let's go. They play Yorion. My hand isn't particularly strong, but it has a Cascade spell, a Cycler, and some lands, so I'm gonna keep it. Yorion decks usually run Teferi Time Reveler, which is a card I need to either discard or counter, because that just stops my deck. Land Ragavan, which is very good here. The Ragavan. Not because it casts my things, but because it makes them mana. Alright, I draw Grief, which I'm happy to play down. Because Teferi can already come down as early as turn 2 here. Not a counter spell. Leaving them with that. Well, I can cycle this too, I guess. Okay, that's a blue card for Teferi. So I'm not necessarily cycling this Architect of Will, because my graveyard is already very large for the Outburst. So I'm only thinking about finding a counter spell for Teferi Time Reveler. And also counter spell, since I can outburst in my opponent's turn and then use Force of Negation as a proactive counter spell. Because Force of Negation, that's the thing, it's a reactive counter spell. So it's not good to protect your own threats if you're casting them in your turn. But thanks to Outburst being an instant, you can cast the Outburst in your opponent's upkeep to get the Living End into the stack, and then use Force of Negation to counter their counter. But with Shardless Agent, for example, you can't use Force of Negation in a proactive way. Which is one of the problems of Force of Negation. But of course, you don't have access to Force of Will in this format. So. Alright, attack me with Ragavan first. As long as they don't exile Living End, it's all good. Okay. They have 4 cards in hand and they pass. Again, I don't want to cycle the Architect of Will. Because I need to keep that for Teferi. Not only for Teferi, also for Counterspell. Okay, they get Cage of Triumph, sure. They attack me with Ragavan. The Monkey. They exile Colossal Skyturtle, okay. They play well, Ran 6. It's totally fine. Rain in the 6. Okay. They deal me 1 damage. Okay. Play Triumph. I guess they don't have counter spell. So I can now cycle. Because I don't have to play around Counterspell anymore. And just play Outburst. I'm gonna grief them here. Alright, it bolt me. I got a 6. They have 2 cards. I will grief you as well as Architects of Will you. Okay. I'll discard the Expressive Iteration. Oh no, sorry. This is the cards of grief. Alright, it's fine. Yeah, this is okay. And then your hand, I take Omnath and pass. Because Omnath I could cast it with random 6 land. They have a bunch of 2-mana cyclers, they have Cooling Oracles, and so on and so forth. Of course, random 6 makes them shuffle, but that's okay. I just gave them a Spreading Seas, which I don't care about. Okay, Cooling Oracle reveals a Flood Strand. Their hand is Spreading Seas, and they cast it. Okay. I'm on 6 life. They could have Lightning Bolt their Ragavan, but I guess they figured it's not relevant. And probably is not relevant. Okay, so they're on 15, and I attack Old Face. I guess I care about killing Ren. And then I attack Old Face. And then glue, glue, glue. Now play Sanctum and pass with my Force of Negation up. Alright, 0-1. Good game, good game, good game. Take a minute bathroom break and be back for game number 2. So Monet Pile. How do I want to sideboard against Monet Pile? I think I want these 4 blue cards. What do I take out? I guess Titanoth Rex doesn't look great. I do like Subtlety to bounce Teferi. Skyturtle doesn't look great. Maybe just a couple of Subtlety. Okay, I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm gonna keep this hand. Keep. Okay, that's a good draw. Do I care if they go... yeah, I do care if they go red and 6. If their hand sucks, I want to discard red and 6. Again, slow rolling grief could be relevant because you just give them more out at drawing the good cards. You want to suspend Living End? No. You'd rather just pitch it to the grief. I don't care if they Spreading Seas this land here, so I'm just taking Expressive Iteration, I think. Already made my lane drop, you can go. I don't want to Mystical Dispute the Spreading Seas. I'd rather, yeah, just accept it and move on. I'll cycle the Curator of Mysteries. Waker of Waves, okay. Okay. Having cycle 2 is a lot. Okay, so they dashed the Ragavan here, and I think I accept it. Not that I can do anything about it, but just saying it's fine. Otawara Bamboo was the issue. Yeah, this deck is basically mono blue, so you can't really afford to play a forest. You're already playing a basic forest, but that's because of Blood Moon. Not because of the fact that you can't afford to do that. Alright, so they played that land that I didn't know about. So I assume they go Abudangaro here. And then I can now go for a Shardless Agent next turn. Okay. So they get back Ragavan, and I do this. Getting a Shardless Agent. Number 2. Draw. I'll go Shardless Agent now. They have 5 cards in hand, but 1 is Ragavan and 2 are lands. Let's see if they have Endurance. They don't. Their hand is Mono Ragavan. Okay. My board is large. Cool Mengucci. Revealing Ranentics. And I think this game should be over. Alright. Okay. Got a fast league here. After a loss against that fast loss against Mill, we rattled off 3 fast wins against don't even remember. What was the first match? Oh yeah, the Calibrated Blast. Yeah. This is a super fast league. Living End must be the fastest deck in Modern, honestly. The games are really over after turn 3 or 4. Is Mill a bad matchup? Well, they surgical extraction my cards. So. They mill first and then surgical did, so it didn't feel good. I'm assuming yes, it is a bad matchup. Good morning, Mark Nut. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, last round opponent. Ooh, it's Bob49. This is a famous Belcher player. Played in the MOC in the Mox finals this Saturday. Won by Nathan Stewart on Grixis Shadow. Mine is... Oh, wow, they revealed Yorin. Okay, so they're not playing Belcher. Alright, sweet. Is that another Monet pile? Could be. Hello, Bayou Presence. Did I play in the Arena Open? I did not. Spent the weekend sightseeing in Milan. Okay. You really like Otawara? Yeah. Our opponent plays a Mary on turn 1 and doesn't play a land on turn 2, going to discard. Which is an interesting strategy. I'll discard my Wicker of Waves and pick up a Force of Negation. And then they discard a Sun Titan to beat my Living End strategy. Very interesting. Do I want to cast Living End? Sorry, Shardless Agent. If I cast Shardless Agent, my opponent reanimates a Sun Titan, and I reanimated this 2 other card. And then I am able to Colossal Skyturtle bounce the Sun Titan. My problem is if my opponent just... If my opponent just... No, I think I'll pass it again here. Yeah, I think I just pass and have a Skyturtle up. Manathite. Ooh, we could have Manathite. You're right. Yeah, I'll pass here. Good luck, Evil Patrick. I hope your thesis will be good. Okay, so they do that. What do I do now again? Because I could just channel Skyturtle to get back a card and then I cycle it. My opponent will get their Sun Titan to reanimate Wool of Omens. So that's annoying. Yeah, I think I have to do something with the Skyturtle. I need to cast Skyturtle here. And then just attack with it. I have a Wicker of the Waves to block this. Yeah. I'm probably just getting back a River Striped Riverwinder, so I cycle it again instead of a land. Or I can bounce Wool of Omens and they go to discard, but then I discard another creature that I can't reanimate with Sun Titan. So with Living End. My opponent going to discard on turn 2. That's a that's a play for sure. Alright, let's get back River Striped Riverwinder. Then I can cycle it again. Yeah, as I was going to say, I get punished if I draw exactly another Cascade, another Cycler. I can probably just pass the turn now. With my Force of Negation up and just cycle these. Just waiting for a bigger Living End. Put in place Charming Pepega Prince. Missing a land drop. Okay. Wow, they draw a card and they go to discard again. Okay. Okay, that's grief. The discard kind of the operation. Not bad. Okay, I'll Street Wraith. I'm going to reanimate that as well. And I'm going to play Grief, pitching Living End. I'll try to not take a creature, because I'm going to now cast a Living End. Did I play? Let me. What a deck. Well, I have to take Supreme Verdict, I think. I'm going to now do this and grief them again, on top of having everything else. When I grief them again, what do I take this time? Yeah. Sun Titan brings back that. They exile Curator of Mysteries. They bring back Charming Prince. They blink Sun Titan. And now grief. So I could take March. No, I don't want to take March. I could take Ephemerate. I could take a Ranger. Yeah, I'm thinking Ephemerate here. I'm gonna pass with my pretty large board state. They reanimate the Wall of Runes, the Wall of Omens end of turn. Sun Titan would bring Ranger back. Yep. Although if they have to attack with Sun Titan, that would be a chump attack, so it's not the worst. It's pretty fun to see Emiria with 1 planes. Okay. More Charming Prince. Then I have March up. Draw. Okay. Right, let's go to combat. With the whale. Sorry, Colossal Skyturtle, not the whale. A Waker of Waves. I think so. If they block with the Sun Titan, I don't think they can get it back, so yeah, this looks like a good attack to me. I can also just attack with everybody. Because they're taking 6 down to 14. And then if they want to block here... Nah, that doesn't sound great. Next turn I can attack with team. Going to do this or keep it for our casting. No, I'll do this. Street Wraith. Yeah, I'll take it. And then I grief them again. They cost March. All of Force of Negation. So they have Hollywood Fountain. Risky business now. They can draw Supreme Verdict. Glue, glue, glue. Back in the days, Living Gander really just lost to this Scarface, I don't know, big card because the creature is so small. These days, the creatures are very large. Loud water. It is very loud. Some people doesn't like it. Some people don't like the water pour. Some people think it's a feature instead. Alright, they got back a Charming Pepega Brains for free. And Sun Titan brings back the Captain for free. Alright. Draw. So they have 6 creatures. I have 6 attackers. Ooh, they go Martyr of Sands with no white card in it. That's funny. Oh, why not block the Titan? They blink it before I could block. So if I attack with the Skyturtle, hello. If I attack with all, what do they do? 5/5 blocks here, and then they just chump block everything. Nah. Yeah, no, I don't like to attack with many people. They now have Ranger Captain of Yas to block my Living Gang combo. Attack all, they lose everything. That's not true. They block 5/5 here. Then they just single block a bit, and then they attack me back. They bring back another thing that blinks this again. That brings back another thing again. So I'm only losing 5 damage, and yeah. What's this attack? Yeah, Sun Titan is super fun. I agree. What's this attack? I don't know, but I clearly have to take this attack. Clearly. I don't know what this signifies, but I have to take it. I cloned this. Alright, Martyr of Sands. They have 2 cards in it that I don't know about. Draw. Ooh. Do I place 2 Steam Vents? I hope so. I do. Okay. So now I attack with all. They have 3, say, so 6 blocker for my ground creatures. If they aren't very safe, they can't lose the game on the spot. So I think this is a fine spot to attack here. Just using my Violent Outburst as a +1/+0 to all. Because now they might do some, smart blocks. But it will really just leave them dead if they take, like... I guess now they can't do the smart block. What am I talking about? Earlier, they could, because they had 14 life, but now they have 8. So they have to block every creature. Okay. Let's see how many... Do I pass priority? I think I want to cast Outburst. Just to kill the Sun Titan here. So I pump all my creatures, and I don't cast Living End. Yeah, they could have sacrificed the Ranger in response to the fetch land. I didn't think about that, but they didn't. I guess they didn't want to lose the Ranger. I mean, I would have done this attack even if I didn't draw the Outburst. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not. Since I just attacking 2 with this Skyturtle. Okay, so they sacrifice the Ranger. Okay. Cascade. And then I pump this to kill the Sun Titan. That's the most important thing. And they sacrifice the Martyr of Sands to gain... Ooh, they have Sun Titan and Flicker with Spin End. Okay. Alright, I hope they don't draw Supreme Verdict. Otherwise, I probably lose. Or at least I don't win. Okay, they drew Windswept Teeth. So they can fetch, bring back Sun Titan. Sorry, cast Sun Titan. That brings back No, but they're dead to my Skyturtle. Can you gain life? Yeah. Charming Priest gains 2 life, but I attacked by so much. Alright, this is it. I think I win! How do you feel about not running black and playing Endurance over Grief? I think that Grief is one of the reasons that this deck is good. Just having that free interaction on turn 1 or 2 to then go off on turn 3 is huge. Especially with the Colossal Skyturtle, since you can grief them again. Is that a wreckage? Yeah. They could have had that. Alright, so I want to have Endurance because my opponent graveyard is relevant. What do I don't want? I don't think I want Force of Negation. I'm going to have a couple of Subtlety. I want to have a 3rd Subtlety. Nah, let's go. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a 2 for 0. For 0 what? You're using 1 card, so at least it's a 1 for 1 instead of a 1 for 2. What are the 4 Leyline for? Also Living End. Also Living End, the Leyline. But yeah, Burn. Burn is super popular. Previous league I played against 3 Burn. With the Rise of Grixis Shadow, you have 2 options. Either complain about the deck, or playing a deck that beats it. Although, if it's Burn, I think you're also fine in just not playing Burn and just stick to the complaining part. Alright, I'm cycling this. Let's see if I find a Grief. I don't. It's okay. I pass. Okay, there it is. That's the Grief. What do I want to do? I might just pass here, because I don't want to Grief. I guess they could have Teferi. Yeah, they could definitely have Teferi. Okay, then I'm gonna go, Grief. You go Solitude. Teaching Ephemerate. Okay. They have Teferi. Okay. Dovin's Veto Teferi. Thank God I play Grief. Anything else? I mean, maybe I'll cycle and then I'll look. If I have Solitude in the graveyard. Yeah, I'll just go fetch and go now. Let's go, Mate. You love this deck? Cool. Yeah. I wouldn't say I love this deck, but it's always been a deck. It's always been like a very unfair deck. Strong deck in Modern. Alright, let's start by cycling this. Architects of Will. I think I'll also cycle this. I'm gonna get Breeding Pool because I might Artcast Endurance if I draw it. And as well as drawing a forest. Or I can just Artcast Curator of Mysteries. Shardless Agent. Now, I could cast like Violent Outburst in my opponent's upkeep. The thing is that they have Solitude in the graveyard, which is like big enough. No, that's probably not. Yeah, it's not true. It's not big enough. Solitude is not big enough to beat these, I think. They can exile a Street Wraith, but they still have like 3 other creatures, one of which is X-proof. And now I pass so that they can't really play Teferi, because otherwise I go this in response. Ooh, Field of Ruin, and I drew both of my basics. I hope they don't crack it. Okay, I'm gonna cast this as a bait to the Dovin's Veto. Alright, they crack my land. Unfortunately, I don't have a basic land left because I drew both of them. And they cast the Veto on this Living End. And then I'm going to be playing another one from my hand. Yeah, I just go with this now. Yeah, I think my graveyard is big enough. Now, Architects of Will, one on them, one on me. Their top of the deck is... Wow, okay. Oh, that was my deck! Oh, why am I so stupid? I thought that was their deck, so I put on top a land. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I already have a play next turn. But come on. That wasn't even that hard. I'm like, Braiding Pool? You play Braiding Pool? That was very weird for me. But I guess, like, I don't know. They played Maria. They're literally playing any card, and I wouldn't be surprised here. Okay. Let's attack with all and play this Curator of Mysteries. Imagine if I had Subtlety in my hand. Dio buono, che cappella. Well, I can still, like, cycle and pitch, but I don't want to do that. Yeah. So they now draw Ranger Captain of Yos, which I'm okay with. You go Idyllic Grange. No, vabbè. Alright. Do I want to bounce Solitude? I guess. I know they can recast it, but a 4-3 lifelink Solitude would really just be unbeatable in combat, I think. Especially when paired with, you know, the other things they have. Oh, they shuffled their deck. Okay. Thank you, Unleashment. Yeah, they shuffled their deck. So they don't have these two cards anymore. I only know about Emeria, Yorion, and Solitude in end. Yeah, you can bounce your Shardless Agent. Yeah, but then they would have a 4-3 lifelink in play, which would be annoying. And I don't do anything with my Shardless Agent, since I'm not going to recast it. Alright, so my opponent is on 6. If I attack with all, they trade here, they go to 8, and they die, so they have to chum block. Yeah, I should be winning this game. They have to chum block now. Man, I just can't count today. I don't know why. Alright, it's fine. We're still winning. I don't know why. Alright, thank God it's the last game of today, because I am not playing very well. For some reason, my math made that I win the game. But, okay. Now, they play Sun Titan, and I'm gonna Subtlety it. And this should be the final play of today. This league has been weird. I didn't play against that many stock deck. But I guess that is Magic Online League sometimes. It was a super quick league. It's like 1 hour and 10 minutes or something.